So once you have the onions cleaned, then you put them in a pot of water like this, and you cook them until you can get a knife to just go very gently into the onion. You see? Just like that. Then you take them out. You want to take them out and put them in a bowl because we want to dry these onions off now because we're going to put them in some olive oil. Meanwhile, in this pan, I have some extra virgin olive oil and some pancetta, which I'm cooking down because I'm going to now put the onions in there. And then when the pancetta has rendered its fat, well, then I just take these onions and I put them right in, just like that. And now the trick to this is to cook the onions very, very slowly. I learned that from my grandmother Saporito, who always told me that the best flavor of onions come when you cook them slowly to allow the sugars from the onions to really develop nicely. And I'm going to give that a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Onions are a very old food, an ancient food. In fact, in Italy, at one time, they were regarded as the food of the poor. You often see paintings where people are eating nothing more than onions and bread. Now, to give this a little bit of sweetness, we're going to use some honey. And we want to measure out about 1 1/4 cups of honey. And to do that, first of all, when you're using something that's a sticky ingredient like that, I take a little bit of olive oil and just grease the measuring cup that I'm going to use. Just like that. It's always good to know these little tricks. And then I pour in the honey. And I want about 1 1/4 cups of this, so I'm probably going to use this whole thing. Should have just poured right from the jar. Forget the trick, right? Anyway, we're going to put this on the onions and we're going to allow this to cook very, very slowly. Well, I think you get the idea. Now, we want to put this in, and you see how easy that comes out. You can do that with molasses as well. So we got the honey in, and now we want to mix this around. And really, that's all there is to this dish. We really want to cook this slowly now and allow all this honey to kind of stick to these onions. And then we can serve this as an accompaniment to meat or whatever we want. Isn't that gorgeous?